Hello everyone. It is Friday night. Friday night, just gone 7:30, and here we all are. I see we've got quite a few people watching already. So hello, I will say hello to everyone I can see right now. That's Margaret. Hi Margaret, hope you're feeling better. Hey Donna. Hey Chris. Yes, we've had a good week. Thank you for asking. Well, it's been a mixed week for me, but I like to think that it's mostly good. And then Deb. Hi Deb, how are we? Hey Narelle. Hi Rose. Oh, Cookie's having a flap around. You okay? You okay, buddy? Not sure what his problem is, but anyway, he's flapping in his cage. Hello, Leslie. How are we? Leslie, did you get your glass mat yet? I'm just curious because I ordered mine early on Tuesday morning and it hasn't come yet. So, in fact, last time I checked this morning, it hadn't shipped, but I think it might have now, but I'm not sure. Hey, Janine, nice to see you. Ah, yes, it's been a good week. It's going to be hot tomorrow. So for those of you who are facing a heat wave tomorrow, please stay cool. Stay safe wherever you are. So I'm hoping that it's going to be okay for everyone. You're still in picking too? What time did you order, Denise? Hey, Sol Vega, how are we? Hi, Vicky. Hey, Jody, nice to see you. It's hot now. Yeah, it's pretty warm now. But, I think I got to 29 here on the coast. Probably where you are, Vicky, it's probably warmer out there. Just after midnight. Okay, interesting. That's really interesting. They're normally pretty quick. But, yeah, they haven't come yet. And I really was hoping I'd have the glass mat to show you guys tonight, but I don't have it. So we'll just have to wait till next weekend. Your mat arrived yesterday. See, Leslie's getting hers really fast. And see, Vicky said, Denise said she ordered just after midnight too, Leslie. So I guess you're just lucky. Plus, Leslie got some surprises in her order, so that was nice. Yeah, I've heard it's very hot over in Adelaide, Jody. I've heard that. Storms and flooding. Yeah, and everyone's on the alert for fires this weekend as well. So let's hope those stay away. I really hope so. Oh, it's 40 out there right now, Vicky. Crazy. Yeah, it's only like around the 30-degree mark here. Much cooler. But we're on the coast, so we do get cooler weather generally. Okay. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the desk and let's get started with something. And we'll have a little look in our catalogue and see what we can find. All right, I'm going to press the other button and switch over. Hey, Shirley, nice to see you. Hi, Deborah. Hello, you've had a busy week crafting. Is that Christmas crafting? Is that what you've been doing? I've been, you know what I did today? I wrote on Christmas cards. And I wrote on a lot of Christmas cards. So it took me most of the day. But that's okay. I'm glad it's done. Or that particular part of the job is done. So I haven't done all the addressing of the envelopes yet. That'll be the next thing. I'm going to see if there's a way I can print out labels. That'll be a lot faster if I can do that. Yours has been sent, Marilyn. Good. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, you have pet kangaroos, Shelley. That's cool. Or are they bush kangaroos that you have given names to? Oh, how exciting, Leslie. You're Cliff Richard friends. That'll be fantastic. You have a lovely day, and I hope you stay nice and cool wherever you are. That's what air conditioning is for, right? How lucky are we? We are so lucky we have air conditioning. You know, back in the day, they didn't have any of that, and I wonder sometimes how they used to get through those super hot summers. So, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I didn't, Denise. I ordered the next morning, somewhere between 7 and 8 the next morning, so fairly early, and mine hasn't moved yet either. So I think it's luck of the draw. All your cards are gone. Oh, that's cool. They're starting to get them. That's fun. All right. So this is the catalogue that has been marked with last chance products. Thank you, Denise. And all the R's mean the product is discontinuing, and the COs mean they are carrying over, which means they're not discontinuing right now. They are carrying over to a later publication, or in some cases, they're going to become online exclusive products. So online exclusives, doesn't mean that you have to order them online. And there's been a little bit of confusion about that. I think some people think that online exclusives mean you have to order them online, but you don't. You can order them through a demonstrator. It just means you can only see the products online. They're not in a printed publication anywhere. So that's why they're called online exclusives, because you actually have to go online to see them. Or you can watch a demonstrator like myself demonstrate them, and that's kind of a good way to see what the products can do, as well as, you know, all the ins and outs of them, because you won't find them anywhere in printed publications. Okay, that's good to know. So Amanda's getting the glass mat. There you go. Yeah, we didn't have it either, Donna. And back in those days, the heat didn't really bother us. You know, I don't know. Kids seem to be a lot more resilient, but as you get older, it affects you more, I think. Just opened the windows at night and the hot air came in. I know. I remember long nights where it was really hard to sleep because it was so hot. I do remember all of that. Good on you, Deborah, getting all those cards in the mail. I'll tell you what, there is something really special about sending cards anytime, but especially Christmas cards. I think, you know, a lot of people have just, you know, gone to sending an email or something like that. And it's great that people still reach out, however they do it. But there's something really special about getting a card in the mail, and a card that somebody made. That's super special. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to open up this now and just come over here towards the back. And there's a little suite here that we have talked about, but not for a while. And it's called Garden Walk, the Garden Walk Suite. The names, I don't know if everyone knows this, but the names of the suite take their name from the paper. Okay, so whatever the paper is in the suite, in this case it's the Garden Walk 6x6 paper, that then becomes the name of the suite, the whole collection. Okay, the Modern Garden stamp set and the matching modern oval punch, what's it called, number 1, Modern Oval Punch, that's right. Those two, okay, make the Modern Garden bundle because they take their name from the stamp set, but the whole collection takes its name from the paper. Right, so that's just something to look out to when you're actually your number is very similar to mine, Leslie. I did 50 or so cards today. So you know, the cards are already made. I've still got more cards left over, but I just writing on them was sort of my job I needed to get done today. I was also going to create a project today and I didn't get to that. So, oh well, I'm getting some creating done tonight with you guys. So a couple of months ago, I did a challenge with my team, and our challenge was to do, because I love this, okay, it's stamping on crumb cake cardstock. And so I did a challenge with my team where they had to stamp on something other than white or vanilla. So, you know, no stamping, they could stamp on neutral or colored cardstock or DSP. And we had some fantastic submissions. I was really proud of them. They did such a great job. The idea of the challenges that we do is to actually be a little bit of a challenge. Although last month's was super easy, it was because it was Jacaranda month. Last month we did a purple challenge, and I think we had the most entries we've ever had, because not only do people love purple, but going with a color is a really easy challenge, don't you think? So I want to go through these items because most of this suite is retiring. Okay, so the stamp set is retiring, but you'll notice that the punch is not. The punch is staying. This is the punch. It's going to go into the new catalog. That is the I believe into the new annual catalog. I think it's going to be around for a while. And there's a really nice stamp set in the new catalog. And when I say new catalog, I can't show it to you inside yet, but it's this one. Okay. This catalog here starts in January, on the 4th of January. And there's a stamp set that I really like that matches this punch perfectly. So we hopefully get to play with that in the new year. But in the meantime, we have two things in this suite that are not retiring. So the punch is not retiring, and the blooming pearls are not retiring. Those are still going to be available. These are stunning. They are gorgeous. So I'll just take them out of their pack so you can see them properly. So nice. Aren't these lovely? So I have a question for you guys tonight. Oh, by the way, the colours are Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, Garden Green, and Gold. That's the colours in there. They go really nicely together. They match the paper perfectly. They're really, really beautiful. And there's something about Petal Pink, which is like a very light apricot-y pink, and Calypso Coral, which is what this is. This is the Calypso Coral braided trim. Can you see that? It's really pretty. That Petal Pink and Calypso Coral, in my opinion, go beautifully together. I think they just look lovely. And so I really like that they've given us Petal Pink in these, and then this color goes so beautifully with it. They look really nice together. So, and the paper, they've done that as well. Okay, so in the papers, all right, and you can see my paper pack is all messed up because I've been using bits and pieces here and there. I've got a couple of favorites. The colors in here are Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. Actually, I don't know if I still have the backing piece. It tells me all the colors, but no, I don't think I do. Must have moved that or thrown it away. But it's got like roses on a Pretty Peacock, very light Pretty Peacock background, and then stripes on the back. And you can see these colors just look amazing together. Now, a color in here that is a bit controversial. Does anyone know what it is? It's nice too, isn't it? It's a very controversial color, and that's because people either like it or really don't like it. Oh, that's okay, Cherie. You're never too late. Hey, Ellen. Yes, lovely to see you too. It was nice to catch up with you earlier in the grocery store. It's always a nice surprise. Hey, Nairi, how are you? All right, so you can probably guess what the color is, and the color is Wild Wheat. Okay, now this background here is Wild Wheat, and these here are Wild Wheat. So the background is like a toned down, lightened version of the color, and then the full strength of the color is on these flowers. It has been, yeah, exactly, Leslie. Wild Wheat has been a really controversial color, and interestingly, I had a meeting today with a couple of the girls from Stampin' Up today, some of the leader team, and they were talking about what has been the most popular colors this year. And of all the new colors that have been introduced, the in colors were the favorite, and in order, the most popular one. Actually, do you guys want to guess? What do you think is the most popular in color of the new in colors? Let's have a little game. Let's play this. It's a quiz. Anyone want to guess what the most popular color is in the new colors? And I'm talking about the in colors here. I'm not talking about the regulars. I'm going to pull that one out because I'm thinking we might make a Christmas card. What do you think? Christmas card would be good. Oh, good, Nori. That's good. No. No one's guessed it yet. So it's not Pebble Path. Moody Mauve was number 2, Donna. Moody Mauve was the second. Correct, Chris? You are correct. Boho Blue. Okay, so Boho Blue is the number 1 color in the in colors this year. Moody Mauve is second. Pebble Path is third. So you girls were in the top 3, so that's good. Then the 4th one is Copper Clay, and the very last is Wild Wheat. So Wild Wheat is a color that a lot of people don't like, especially. It's kind of this greeny, yellowy color. And I kind of get it. I understand why people don't like it. But to be honest, it's a great color for layering with other colors. And I think this paper is a really good example because I really like that. I think that's beautiful. And it's Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow. The red is Sweet Sorbet, which is also an in color from last year. That one's only got, 6 months to go, and it'll be all finished. And I think the pink might be, I think it's Calypso Coral, actually, I think in there, but it's hard to tell. But they are really nice, aren't they? The colors go so well together. This one has definitely got a Christmas feel. So here's the question. I have a question for you now. This is not a quiz. This is your opinion, please. Should we make a Christmas card with this beautiful paper? Because there's a Christmassy kind of a bent. Or should we go with non-Christmas? Calypso for the flowers? Yeah, I thought it was, yeah. I keep saying Cameo Coral instead of Calypso Coral, and if anyone's been around for a really long time, Cameo Coral is like a super, super old color that we had when I first joined, way back in the 2006. We had that color, but it's long gone, and now we have Calypso Coral. But I sometimes still say Cameo, just out of habit. Non-Christmas, says Leslie. Okay, are we all over Christmas? We don't want to do Christmas tonight? We can do that. Non-Christmas, says Margaret. All right, so I'm going to put the Christmassy one back. We won't do that. And I'm just going to go through and think about what color I would like to work with tonight. I do have a couple of favorites in here. I think these are really, I like this one. This is actually a favorite. And I don't know why I like it so much. I quite like this. So this is Wild Wheat Calypso Coral on a petal pink background with a bit of Mossy Meadow in there as well. They're not colours I would have ever put together, but I think they look really great. So yeah, the consensus is, and that's nice with Calypso Coral on the other side. So I'm going to pop that one aside because that's really pretty. The other, I quite like this too. So this is Wild Wheat, White, Calypso Coral, and Sweet Sorbet. And the leaves are pretty peacock. That's nice. And then we also have this beautiful one here. And see, that's really lovely too. We've got stripes on one side and roses on the other. So what do people think? Which one? Do we like one of these two? I'm leaning towards one of those. I also like this one, but I did do one with that one a little while ago. So I'm thinking one of these two. Everyone's saying non-Christmas. Are we over Christmas? Or is it just too late? It's getting too close to Christmas and all the Christmas cards are done. What do you guys think? The one with the more red, the roses. Roses. So that's this one. So, okay, let's go this one. All right, now there are some really nice little flowers in here. And let me show you what I did this week. I used this for a scrapbook page this week, and I did it mostly in Fresh Freesia. And this was a class that I did up in the Hunter Valley. I do a scrapbooking class every 2 weeks. Let me zoom out because it's a bit close. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. Oh, you get to see my dress as well. But okay. Wrong way. Let's go that way. So it's actually my sister-in-law's garden, and I sat here on her porch and had a cup of coffee and looked at the the beautiful lawn and everything they have. And then this is looking back. So that's the chair that I'm sitting on here. And I just really liked. I just thought it was not. I had plenty of this Fresh Freesia cardstock, so it made sense to do the class with that. I usually work with something I have plenty of. And then I stamped some of these flowers from this same set, the Modern Garden set. And I used this paper. Now, this paper is actually not from this set. This paper is from the Delightfully Eclectic paper, which is in the annual catalogue. And it's one side is black and white, and the other side has these white flowers with the black in the middle and the Fresh Freesia background. So I used my black and white gingham ribbon, and I did use a sneaky thing. These are new, these letters. I think they're out of reach at the moment, but I will show them to you another time. They are super fun. Just realized I've got one of those little sticky things. They're super fun, and I'm going to have some tips on how to get your best out of these, because there's something coming in the new catalogue in January. So, oh, Megan's here. Hello, how are you? You haven't even started your Christmas cards. Haven't started making them, or haven't started writing them? I hope it's the latter. All right, so I've used the bow punch with some of our, that beautiful self-adhesive silver paper, the glimmer paper, and I cut those out and just peeled the back on and stuck them on. I cut a couple of the flowers out of this paper to create here, like a little bit more difference here, and then I cut out some of the little Fresh Freesia paper flowers and stuck the rest on the back. So very simple card, scrapbook page, really, really simple. Yeah, so there you go. Cherise says, it seems to me the only way Stampin' Up can say that a colour is a favourite is judging by the solid colour card sales. Actually, was it ink pads specifically? I think you're right. I think it was just, it could be the solid colour card sales. Well, you wouldn't think so about empty to re-ink or a blend or a marker yet. You wouldn't think so. So there we go. Oh my goodness, Megan. I hope you have some, maybe just make something super simple, because it doesn't have to be complicated to be beautiful. So I'd be going with something really, really simple. Excuse me. That's true. That's true about the popular, the blue being popular for snow and for skies. That's true. Oh, Susan, you're hot down there in Melbourne. Yeah, we've had a bit of a discussion about the weather at the beginning of this this video. So, yeah, happy crafting to you too, honey. All right, so you might notice I did do a couple of things. Let me zoom back in, even though you won't be able to see the whole page. But I want to show you. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that my flower has some texture here? You see that? It's not like solid. It's got like little squares and lines on it. And then so have these ones down here. They've got like little squares and lines on them too. And I want to show you how I did this, okay? This was something I saw one of the artisans. Stampin' Up has some people from all over the world on their artisan design team, and those girls do amazing work, and sometimes they do little videos and things to show techniques. And so I borrowed this technique from them, but it is actually an old technique. Let me just grab the embossing folder that we need for this. I'm actually using one of the online exclusive embossing folders. This one is one of the basics. That embossing folder set has 3 embossing folders, the one with the dots and the one with the little flowers. This one is kind of like a crosshatch kind of a pattern, and I really like it, and I think it works really, really well. So I'm going to show you what I like to do with this, and I'm going to just grab some basic white cardstock. So just a scrap here, and I'm going to try and mix my colors in to match with these. So I'm going to choose soft sorbet because this is the red, and I'm going to grab out of my modern garden stamp set, I'm going to grab one of my more solid ones, probably this one or this one. So let's try this one, and I'm just going to pop it on a block. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do this, and I'll show you both ways. This is an old technique, and I will probably show it on a Technique Tuesday coming up called stamp kissing, okay? But usually you do it with 2 stamps. You know what? Give me 1 second. I need to give this a little bit of a wash, and this is my cheap way. I put a tiny bit of seal on here, and I'm going to pick my stamp up with the seal on it because my stamp needs a wash, which is why it's not sticking to the block. Okay, so if I was to stamp this, let's bring in a mat. Okay, just a basic piercing mat, and I'm going to stamp this, and you can see it just stamps basic solid stamp. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Okay, and this time I'm going to use my embossing folder, and I'm going to stamp it onto my embossing folder. Now I'm going to hold that there for a little bit just to give it make sure it's getting a really good image. And when I pick it up, I hope you can see. Can you see that we have like a crosshatch design this time on our stamp? And so when we stamp that design is going to transfer to our paper. All right. So look how different this comes out. Can you see that? It's really cool. It makes your stamps look very textured. Stamp overboard. Yeah. Now, the other way you can do it is you can actually add, you have to make sure you clean it up after, but you can add your ink to your embossing folder and go the other direction. But this time it's not going to give us nearly as, it'll still work, but it's not going to be bold like this. So this time I'm going to push it onto the ink, and it's going to work, but it isn't going to give us the same pattern. All right, so can you see how it gives us quite a different, same design, same stamp, but doing it the other way around gives us a different result. Okay. Well, my husband's watching tonight. He's out at a work party. Aren't you meant to be working with your colleague or sitting with your colleagues, drinking with your colleagues? Maybe that's why you're watching me. All right, so I am going to come in here and I'm going to cut this. So I'm going to do a couple of these. Now, there is no punch for these, okay? So if you want to use some of these, like I did on the scrapbook page, you have to actually cut around it. It's a clever idea, isn't it? Don't you love it? I'm just looking through all the comments. I've been missing a few comments. I'm sorry about that. Shelley, what are you meaning when you ask is it better to order 12 by 12 or A4? What do you mean? I just see my husband's in the comments now, so yeah, we have to be nice and don't say anything too mean about him. We could have some fun, couldn't we? We really shouldn't. All right, so that's just a basic one without any texture, and then these ones have the texture. So you can do this with any solid stamp. So you do need to be, it needs to be more of a solid stamp for this to work. And that's why I'm using these particular stamps, because if you use line drawing stamps, you're not going to get the same result. You need a stamp that has a good solid amount of real estate to hold the ink. Just going down. Oh, so sorry, Cherie. I tell you what, those you don't buy them by themselves. Do you need me to show you the other two that are in the pack, or do you want me not to show you? Because I can go either way with that. I think they're fantastic. The one I use the most is actually the one with the daisies, but there's also one with spots or raised bumps, I guess you would say. Actually, while I'm cutting, I do have something I want to tell you guys. Now, some of you may have heard me say this before, but I actually bought a little prop to remind me tonight. I am sending out these inspiration packs. So I've just covered up an address here. But these inspiration packs are going out to everyone who orders $60 or more with me this month. Okay, so if you are looking at the clearance rack, our clearance rack was refreshed last week and it's got some great specials in it. Is Jamie with us tonight? If Jamie is watching or she's watching the replay, I said the other day, Jamie, you were talking about that beautiful foil paper that you made those angels with. And I mentioned that it was sadly discontinued. It is discontinued from our main range, but I noticed it's still in the clearance rack. So you can get it if you still want it. It is available for a really cheap price, because stuff in the clearance rack is like up to, 60, 70% off. If you're a demonstrator, you then get your 20 or 25% off on top of that. So it makes it very cheap stuff in the clearance rack. And there's some really good stuff in there this week. They've refreshed it, so go check it out. All right, let's get this done. All right, so we've got 3. I don't have to necessarily use all 3, but we have them and we'll see how we go. All right, now I'm going to use this and I'm deciding what color to do in the background. I could go with the Pretty Peacock, because obviously Pretty Peacock's in this, so that's going to work. And it would also look good with, no, it looks better with the Pretty Peacock. It's more of a contrast, shall we say. All right, let's move those out of the way and move that out of the way. And I moved my trim. I just grabbed my trimmer, guys. So the nice thing about this bundle, okay, is that it is, even though it's retiring, you can still buy it as a bundle now. If you love the punch, and I do really like this punch, then, and you love the stamp set, then buy them as a bundle and you'll get a little bit of a saving. Let's go with this, and I'm thinking, well, I'm wondering if 9 is going to be, actually I'm going to go this way. Let's see. Now I want it to be a little bit less. I'm going to go down to 8. And I'm going to go with 1-inch strips. I can do them a little bit less if I want to. So that's my first one. Well, 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters, if you're wondering. So 2.5 centimeters is the same. If you're doing this with US letter cardstock, you want to do it a little bit a little bit narrower because your cardstock is shorter and fatter than ours. Ours is longer and thinner, so that just means that you might want to keep that in mind when you're cutting up your pieces. Right, so we have some strips here, and I'm going to position them so they make a full picture from one side to the other. And what you want to do is you want to start working out where you want to have them, but start with the end ones and then work your way into the middle. It's much easier to position them that way. So I'm going to, I could put them on dimensionals, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put them on with Tombow. You're having trouble with the TV freezing? That's no good. All right. Let's have a look here. Which way do these go? This goes this way. So you want the picture to make sense when you put it all together. And then this one. So this one I want to position the same amount of distance from the end as the first one is from the other end, so that way it makes a complete picture, and it's going to be the same. All the pieces will be the same distance apart. All right, so then we get to put these pieces in between. Raise that up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And it doesn't matter if they're not absolutely perfect. And the reason why is because we're going to be putting a sentiment in the middle over the top. So you will lose a little bit of this anyway. But it's still a nice effect at the back. Okay. All right. That's looking good. All right, now I have another piece of white here. And so what should we do? It's your birthday, I think will be good on this punch. It should work well, so I think I'll go with that. So it's your birthday and we've got a birthday card. All right, now what colour shall we do for our words? Will we go with Sweet Sorbet, the red, or will we go with the Pretty Peacock? What do you guys think? Either one would look good for the words. So Pretty Peacock or Sweet Sorbet. Whoever picks the first one is the one we'll go with. I buy A4 for cards and I use 12 by 12 for scrapbooking. Pretty much across the board, Shirley. Oh, that's frustrating for you. Oh. All right. So the answer is, hey, Patricia, Pretty Peacock says Rose. Okay, you're the first, Rose. So too slow, Leslie. Sorry. All right, so we're going to go, it's your birthday, and then we're going to come in here with our modern label punch, and we are going to punch it out. So there's a bit of room around that, which is fine because that gives us more room to put our flowers on. And I'm going to be really lazy. I could use a sponge dauber and go around the outside, but I'm being really, really lazy, and I'm just going to roll it in the ink pad. If you do this gently, it just gives you that edge without, but it's quick and easy. So now it has a nice edge. Right, and then this is going to go on here, and we're going to use dimensionals. Let's go a couple here and a couple on the other end. So this is a pretty simple card, but it showed you a little bit of techniques, a little bit of something different. Like I said, I will probably, when we have some new stamps in the new catalogue, I'll probably deciding where they should go. And if I pop these up on dimensionals, what do you think? Do we like how that's looking? I know they're not roses, but they're kind of cute, right? And I'm thinking we probably need some leaves too. And I'm wondering, oh, I'm tempted to use a new die coming in the new catalogue. Who would like me to use a new die? Because it's very tempting. I'm going to pop this under here. So we're going to pop a bit of glue on that. Needs bling? It does. Oh, it needs vellum. Yes, of course it does. And then this one here, I'm going to put the dimensional kind of over on one side so that I can pop that over that edge. And I feel like it does need some leaves, but there's a brand new die set that is absolutely beautiful. And what I'm thinking too, maybe we'll put, let's look at our blooming pearls. We could use, we've got the pretty peacock. I could use a couple of the larger ones in the center of these flowers. We could go with the gold. We could use the pretty peacock, or we could use the pink even, the petal pink. The petal pink's kind of nice. Maybe that would be a go. Let's try that. New die, yes. All right. Okay, good. All right, so I'm sneaking peeking some stuff for you. And let's pop these in the middle. They're kind of cute, aren't they? All right. So I have a new die. If I can, well, let's see. The question will be, where is it? I have a new die called Stippled Roses. And the Stippled Roses die has the most beautiful leaf in it. Absolutely gorgeous. It's this one. Absolutely beautiful. I'm thinking, I wonder if we were to use vellum and do like a little bit of vellum popping out with this leaf up here. Do you think that would be maybe one here and maybe one here? I don't know. What do you think? Would that look nice? Shall we try vellum and see how it looks? I haven't tried this die with vellum yet, so that might be fun. Let's move a few things out of the way. This is beautiful. Look how gorgeous it is. This is my favorite new die, I think. All right. I'm going to use my little cut and emboss machine for this because it's only a small die. And then let's pop that there. And I'm going to grab a piece of vellum. And I don't know, is that, well, it's a little bit too wide. I'll just have to cut it down slightly. You can't put anything wider than 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches. So you need to make sure it's 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches or less, and then it will fit. Okay, so let's cut this. This is the same. I'm actually been using this stamp set quite a bit already. This is the same stamp that I've stamped over the corner of these envelopes with the inspiration packs for people who order this month. So excited to show that to you. I'm going to just bring it back to be doubly sure that it cuts well. Now, I hope you can see the detail on that. Can you see the detail? It's beautiful. All right, let's cut 2. So this is going to be a favorite, I know already, because it's just beautiful. So I'm cheating a little bit and starting to use a little bit of new stuff in amongst all the things. If you're wondering what else is here, we have in the same set, this cuts out the great big roses stamp, that one there, and then this one also cuts the little rose, and then we've got some little flowers here and a couple of standalone dies like this leaf, which add to this set. Really beautiful. Can't wait for everyone to play with it. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we might be able to get maybe one up here, up in this end, and then maybe one going down the other way over this side. What do we think? Do we like that? They know they don't stand out as much with vellum, but sometimes I don't mind that. I mean, I could do them in silver. That would look really nice as well, or gold, but I think I don't want to add a lot more color to this. So I'm going to add a glue dot to the end of these. I did a class yesterday, and always the day after a class, it takes me a whole day, like a whole 24 hours to get myself back together, and that's why things are not where they should be and so forth, because I still haven't got myself organized after my class yesterday. But that's okay. No one's perfect. All right, like that. I'm looking at comments. I'm missing all the comments. You have your eyes closed. You know what? Good leaf dies are fantastic, Cherie, and I'm the same as you. I think, oh yeah, I've already got lots of leaves, but man, they just look so good on everything, especially if it's a nice one like this. There's a cat at the door. I can hear him banging because he wants me to open up and let him in. I think it's the big one. I don't think it's Crumpet. I think it's Mellow. Sounds like Mellow, the way he knocks on the door. I know, they are stunning, absolutely beautiful, and you're going to see them a lot. That's true. So for anyone who's been wondering, what do you get for ordering this month? This month we have the spend $60 and you'll get the craft along bundle for January. My January bundle, I haven't decided exactly what I'm doing yet, but I'm leaning towards doing almost like a catalog launch. So a whole variety of new things from the new catalog, because there's so many beautiful things that I thought that would make a really great craft along, like just focusing on lots of different new catalog products. And I thought that might be a great way to go. So that's for orders this month that are over 60, but also they'll get the inspiration pack with the new catalog samples and the couple of cards, handmade cards. And then on top of that, there's also the tutorial bundle, the written tutorial bundle that I send out this month. Trying to think what next this month is. This month is giftables, so it's all Christmas gifts. Or it doesn't have to be Christmas, but it's gifts. So I think it's a nice way to finish up the year for those. You have me on the big TV. Well, I should be honoured. Thank you so much. And what is that about 2 Christmas presents? What are we talking about there? I missed something. All right. So I'm going to put this on a basic white thick cardstock base. So let's cut one of those. Pop that here, and we'll pop it right in here at the correct mark for half a sheet of A4, and then we'll fold it in half, and away it goes. And we don't need to add more bling because we've already got these beautiful shiny things. Sorry, had to find my bone folder. And then I'm going to pop this on my base. And then we're done. So the question is, what quick and easy thing should I show you for our second project? Because we don't want to be too long, because I've got to go pick my husband up from his Christmas party. So here we go. That turned out really nice. It's very pretty. It's a lovely card. Thank you very much. Now, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. I am inching closer and closer to the magic 10,000 subscribers mark, so I'm really excited to try and get super close. I was hoping to be there by the end of this year. I can see it's not going to quite happen unless something amazing happens, but who knows? All right, let me see. Yeah, I think it's partly because everyone loves a punch that's part of the bundle. And this is a good punch, and it's really, really useful. I love the new set that it matches with in the new catalogue. I can't wait to get that. Oh, Wink on the Vellum. That's a great idea. Oh, why didn't I think of that? I have 2 Wink of Stellas, and I can never remember which is the newer one, which is the one that's going to give me the most sparkle. But let's go over it anyway. I think they're both pretty good. I should have done this before I added them, shouldn't I? On a silicone mat or something like that. But that's okay. So now they're sparkly. That looks good. Did anyone see anything in the clearance rack that they thought, oh, that's good value? I saw a few things that I thought were worth having. Some good paper in there. There's actually stamps in there at the moment. That's very unusual. They don't normally put stamps in the clearance rack, but they have got some at the moment. I noticed that I'm not a fan of them personally, but the gnomes and the matching dies, those were in there a couple of days ago when I looked. So, and they're really cheap. So they were from last year's Christmas catalogue. So there we go. All right, I'm happy with that. Yay, card is done. All right, a blend dot on one of them, or if yes, I should do that. I should do that, and I just haven't got around to it. I keep forgetting. They're both pretty good though. All right, so what shall we do next, guys? Did you want to see? I think some of you saw it because I did put it in my VIP group. If you're not in my VIP group, you need to join, especially if you're in this. It's for Australian people. So if you are Australian and you're not in my VIP group, this was the other page that I did for class this week, and I used the Walk in the Forest papers. The Walk in the Forest paper, just so you know, is actually right here at the very, very front, a couple of pages in. It's this one here with all the pretty peacock and garden green, and this is actually one that that raises money for Anglicare's Toys and Tucker program. Okay, so $4.25 from the sale of every one of these Walk in the Forest 12x12 papers goes to that particular charity, which is a really cool thing. So if you're looking for something beautiful that is fantastic, it matches the Merriest Trees dies and the Bear Punch. Okay, so it matches a couple of our other tools. But it does raise money for a great cause. So this, though, I had a look tonight, and it is low inventory. Okay, low stock, not much left. So if you do want this, jump in and grab it soon. Okay, there's a few things that are low in stock at the moment. If anyone has any questions about that, I can tell you the answer, what is low. And I'm also going, Cherie, a moment ago I said I would show you those. I would show you those other embossing folders that are part of this. So this embossing folder, this one I've got to clean it, but this one that's got that crosshatch design comes in the same pack with this one, which has got like a little, it looks to me like a quilted look. Like I have used this a few times to make things look like they've been machine quilted. That's what it looks like to me, but it's like little daisies. And then this one is dots. See that? So those three come together. They're called basic embossing folders. They're an online exclusive, but you can order them through a demonstrator, or if you're online, add them to your order there. But you get 3 embossing folders. From memory, I hope I've got this right, I think they're $53 from memory. I think that's what they are, but that's for all 3. Yeah, it is a cute picture of Crumpet, isn't it? He was looking, this was his first Christmas when he first came to live with us. So he's been here 2 years, no, 3 years. He's 3 now. So Yeah, he was very cute that year. That was the only year he actually was able to climb the Christmas tree, because the following year we put the tree up again and he was so excited to climb it, and within the first couple of minutes he tried to climb it and the whole thing went over, including with him, and he hasn't tried to climb the Christmas tree since. So he does not want to climb the Christmas tree anymore. But this Christmas he did, because he was little and he could. So there you go. Oh, you got some stamp pads from the clearance rack. Yep, that's really good. That's also something they don't do very often. So, yeah, there's some really good stuff in there at the moment. Yep. They're called Basics. Yep, Basics embossing folders. That is correct. So, yeah, I used the that was one of the masks from the Abundant Beauty masks. You know, the ones with the sunflowers in that we used a few weeks ago. These snowflakes are from the same mask pack. So I just used my blending brush and did those. I had a couple of people ask me, did I stamp it? But it's not stamped. These are not stamped. In fact, the only stamping on this whole thing, you know what the only stamping is? It should be pretty obvious, actually, what it is. I'll just tell you. It's these words, the Christmas wishes. And these are from another set in here, but this set is not retiring. Very exciting to talk about that, because it's these. See, they've got New Year, you, an ampersand, Merry Christmas, Love, Wishes too, and then they've got all those same things in a scrolly script. So you can do, you know, Merry Christmas all in big letters, but you could also do Merry and then do the Christmas in a scrolly. And I like this one. I did Christmas in the scrolly and then Wishes in the big letters. And I like the way the two different fonts look together. I think that's a really great idea. So this is the same as the Biggest Wishes. Do you remember the Biggest Wish? Or is it Biggest Wishes? I think it's Biggest Wish that is in the annual catalogue. These are the same fonts and just different words. So really, really good if you like those kind of letters, and I really do. I love having mixed fonts. I think it looks great on a scrapbook page, but it also looks great on cards as well. So, but the only stamping is that. Everything else, this is cut from the Walk in the Forest paper. So is this. These are masks. And there's not a lot else in there. This is actually cut out from the Berry Christmas paper. So I actually used 2 paper packs, because this one kind of went in with that as well, because the green in this matches the green in this paper behind. So kind of, and this beautiful silver and white sheer ribbon that I love, that is not retiring. Hooray. It's actually going to be continuing in the new catalogue. So there we go. All right. I feel like maybe we just do the world's simplest little bit of stamping. I did use this yesterday. This is new, and some of you may have seen the card that I made with it. I'm going to do, this is the new Stippled Rose set. This month, Stampin' Up! Every month have a program that they call Simple Stamping. And Simple Stamping is when they just ask us to use particular items. In this case, they've asked us to use stamps, ink, and paper. And I think it's an embellishment. And they wanted a congratulations thing. Did anyone notice that? So the idea of simple stamping is so we don't always have to use dies and heaps of tools and stuff like that. Instead, it's nice sometimes to go really simple and show people that you can create something absolutely beautiful with stamps, ink, and paper. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use a brand new set for it. Yes, I am using a new set that you cannot buy yet. I'm so sorry. If you are a demonstrator, yes, you can get this now. Okay, so it's worth knowing that that is the case. I'm going to use, like, this is a brand new set. I haven't even put all the pieces together yet. So I'm going to use this congratulations. And this is going to be such a quick card. The longest thing about this card will be me putting the labels on the stamps. So I'm going to have that there. So I'm turning over my, took my backing piece off. For anyone who hasn't seen this before, I know some of you have seen me do this, but that's okay. I'm finding the join, like there's always a join at the back to make it easier to peel off. And I'm just like pushing back the pieces. And then I'm going to take the whole thing off with that backing piece on it. And I'm going to stick it to my block. And if you haven't seen this before, tell me, because I love it when people see this for the first time and get their minds blown, because that is awesome. All right, so this is going to go on top of this, and you can see exactly where it needs to go because this is see-through, so you can see exactly where it needs to go. And now my stamp is together. So let's go with one of my favorite colors. This is a new in color. Well, new, it's been out since May, so it's not really new anymore, is it? And I'm going to pop the congratulations right here in the middle. Let me make sure it's straight. In the middle of my card. Just like that. Isn't that a nice font? Very pretty. Right, and then I'm going to put this one together now. So same thing, I'm dog-earing the little join bit. I'm going to take the whole thing off, and I'm going to stick it. Actually, this might not be big enough. Let me grab a bigger one. A bigger. I'll stick it to my block. Then I'm going to peel off the back. Right. Now I'm going to get the leaf stamp that it's going to go stuck to. Cookie's in a mood tonight. I really like it too. I think it's beautiful. All right, so I've taken the backing off. I'm just going to lay it down. And then I'm going to match this up so that it, and you can see exactly where you're going. It's such an easy way to put stamps together. I don't know why anyone does it any other way. It's fantastic. Works every time. There we go. And now I can ink that up. And let's just pop it on there. Look how nice it is. So pretty. All right. So I'm going to stamp. I'm going to have this going this way. We're just doing stamps, ink and paper. I'm going to use a little bit over some of the edges here just to fill in some of these like blank spots. Whoop. That's probably enough. What do you think, guys? Pretty much done. The Pebble Path is a really good neutral color. It's one of my favorites at the moment. It's a little bit deeper than Grey Granite. All right, so I've got my stamps, ink and paper, and I'm going to put it on a piece of Pebble Path cardstock. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm just grabbing a scrap of Pebble Path. Now, I need this. This is the width. I want it to be 21 across. Is that correct? Nope. It's this way. That's correct. So this is the right card base size. That looks good. So I'm going to pop this on with my Tombow. And I'll probably post this. The idea of these simple stamping projects that they like us to do is that we create something and then use the hashtag when we post it publicly that says simple stamping, because the whole idea is showing people that you don't need to have a ton of tools to create beautiful things. Now, having said that, I honestly believe that tools are the #1 investment that you can make in your card making. So if you're wondering what to buy, always think about tools first, because tools are going to make the difference between simple and or shall we say starting out and really professional kind of stamping. So start looking at your tools. So when I say tools, I mean things like punches. I mean things like a cut and emboss machine or dies. Even take your pick tool. Okay, that's a tool. So there are some less expensive ones as well. So can I ink up the embossing folder and put card on it? Do not emboss to see how it looks. Oh, this particular stamp, do you mean? Because I wouldn't do that because it's not solid enough. It's more of a line drawing stamp. This is actually a distinctive stamp, this one. So you've got the light and the dark going on in there. It does need bling though. It does need some, so we could go in with gold or, you know, one of these, but I like the idea. I'm actually thinking we've got a couple of options. I like the idea of silver. So I have silver here in my festive pearls. I have iridescent rhinestones, but I don't think they're quite right. Oh, there's some more. There's some silver left on these ones too. These are beautiful. I'm not going to use them for this. These are new, guys. Look at this. I'm peeking some more. So this goes with the lavender stuff that's coming out. Absolutely gorgeous. So many beautiful things to show you over the next little while. We also have these bronze. The bronze would look really nice. Bronze sequins or copper. Those would look good. But what I was actually looking for was I've actually got a brand new pack of these, but I don't need to open it because I have some Pebble Path gems. Those would look really nice. So I think either silver or maybe these Pebble Path ones. Did I get the matching DSP for? Yes, I sure did. I'm not sure if I've got 2 or 3 packs, Leslie. Yes. Absolutely love it. Oh, black matte dots would look good too. Yeah. Well, here's a couple of options. We've got the Pebble Path. We have the bronze. Black matte dots. Do I have any black matte dots? I think I do. I know I'm running low on them. Oh, look, there's one. It's not even meant to be there. I've also got the brush metallic dots, and they've got a nice copper and bronze in those as well. I've got these little black matte dots, these ones. So I could do little guys. Got some other people telling me what would look good. Pebble Path says Rose. Pebble Path says Leslie. Pebble Path says Donna. You know what? I ain't going to go with that. Sorry, Jody. You've been outvoted tonight, honey. Sorry about that. All right. So let's grab my take your pick tool. And I'm going to use my pointy bit, my pointy end. And I'm going to pop my point under here. I'm going to have one here. And I think I will do, there's 3 sizes in these. This is a medium. And a little guy, little one. There we go. I'm going to call that finished. It's very simple. But I think it's effective because the stamps themselves do a lot of the talking. The stamps are so beautifully detailed, and those embellishments look really nice. So the theme was meant to be congratulations or celebration, and I think both of those, that meets the brief. There we go. So there we go. We did 2 cards tonight. Where is my other card? What did I do with it? Already, I've lost it. It'll be here. Here it is. Found it. I'm channeling Susan Campfield and saying found it. There you go. There's our cards from tonight. So a little bit different tonight. We didn't do Christmas. We stayed away from Christmas. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Hey, Joan, nice to see you there. I know. Sorry. Sorry about, I know you were the first and then you got gazumped, didn't you? Sorry about that. Hey, Judy. Nice to see you there. Oh, I'm glad you like them. So, what have we got coming up this week? This weekend, tomorrow is a really hot day, so stay safe, stay cool. Make sure you make sure you do whatever you need to do to look after yourself tomorrow. And then Sunday is meant to be much cooler. And Sunday night, of course, I'll be live here on Sunday evening. Monday, I'm live on Monday morning with the team for anyone who's one of my demonstrator team girls. And then on Tuesday, we have Technique Tuesday. So lots going on. I'm also busy this week putting together Craft Along. Now, Craft Along this time is going to be between Christmas and the New Year. I know that's a weird time, but this is a weird month. There's so much going on before Christmas. I didn't feel like I wanted to do it before Christmas because I have a lot on, but I know you guys do too. So let's switch back to me so you can actually see what I'm saying. So with that in mind, I decided that that between Christmas and the New Year works better for me and probably works better for some of you, unless you're going away. Now, if you are going away, that's okay. You can always watch the replay when you get back. But in the meantime, it will be a nice chance for us to have a little bit of downtime together before the new year comes along. So that's what's going on. All right. Which is bright compared to the other one? This one is bright compared to this one. Is that what you mean? This one? Too bright, do you think? Or am I not understanding what you meant there? All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to say bye-bye. I've got a husband to go pick up from his work party. So, and I see he was in here. I don't know if he still is, but hopefully he's gone off to enjoy some drinks with the people at work. Okay, you girls. Well, have a great weekend, and we'll see you very soon. Don't forget the online store is always open 24/7. So if I can help you with anything, either send me a message or head to the online store. I'll put the address up on the screen right now. You go to lhiggins.blogspot.com and there's a shop now button there where you can do your shopping. You just have to be in Australia to do your shopping. All right, you guys. Have a fantastic week ahead. See you soon. Bye.